Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and we are going to be looking at this puzzle today, HBD Real Shaggy by Glum Hippo, which just came in today. Now, I had recorded a video for today. I'm going to put that off till tomorrow because this is sort of urgent. Now, we'll get to that in a minute. It does give me a chance, actually, to read out the names of overnight successful solvers of the Build Your Own Sudoku puzzle hunt by Miriam Martincic, which has been lighting up our Patreon this month. And very well done to Matthias Hemmig, to Jamie Stearns, and to Brentus Firmus, who got the right answer and sent it in to us. Very well done. Now, does the fact that I'm postponing a video I've already recorded mean I'm going to get a day off tomorrow? Well, unfortunately not quite, because I am still working on trying to get through a video solve of that self-same Build Your Own Sudoku puzzle hunt so that you can see it. That is one of our rewards for $3 Patreons, is they get to see videos of the monthly reward puzzle. So we have to put them together, and that is some puzzle hunt. That is going to take a certain amount of recording. I'm some way through it, still more to go. It's also going to take a certain amount of editing. I suppose we're quite lucky with our daily videos that the whole point of doing a live solve is that we can't really do edits during it like other YouTubers do all the time. So it actually cuts down the editing work we have to do a bit. Now, all of that said, there is still plenty going on, and some of the other work I'll actually be doing is reviewing the Arrow app, which is coming out very soon now, I think within 2 or 3 days. So really looking forward to that. I can't believe anybody's not going to enjoy it when they get it. It's really interesting in my view. Do have a look at that when it comes out. Obviously there's also Patreon, there's Discord. We've got so much stuff on the channel. We've got a weekly set of videos now which have been going on for a little while. That's absolutely fantastic. Lucy Odrin's this week. They're on the main channel. So much stuff, crossword stuff. Actually, yes, at some point I'm going to have to do the Monthly Times Club special. I think I'm due another one of those. So loads going on. Always a pleasure to bring it to you. Very much a pleasure to wish a happy birthday to Christoph Seeliger, known as Real Shaggy. And this is from his compatriot Glum Hippo, also known as Philip Bloomer. I'll leave you to work out which is the real name and which is the alias. Now, in the grid, first of all, Philip updated us, having just sent this to us, that actually Christoph's birthday turns out not to be the 19th of May today, but the 18th of May yesterday. But sadly, the puzzle is already totally themed on the 19th of May. So the whole point of Christoph's birthday is to wish it to him a day late. So we've got all of this, these killer cages spelling out CS for Christoph Seeliger. They do involve a couple of one-cell cages with no number in, so they're clearly just for ornamentation only. The cages show their totals, which are all either 19 or 5, so in the ones we see. And they cannot include repeated digits. Repeated digits can, however, be included in these diagonals, where we're also given the sums in little killer clues. These ones add up to 19, for instance, along those 5 cells. And as I say, they can include repeats. Do give it a try on the link below the video. It is great to tribute Christoph Seeliger, who's been a friend to the channel since the very early days. The very first set of video we ever put out, which is on, well, it's not quite true. I suppose I did one myself, but the very first one from a guest that we ever put out was on Patreon, was by Christoph, was hours long and absolutely fascinating. I still recommend that if you are a patron. Anyway, let's have a look at this. Give it a try. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. Right, I was drawn to this 19 diagonal. I am drawn to this 19 diagonal. Maths in my head, not always brilliant, but the minimum in each one of these boxes is 1, 2, 3. If this was all at the absolute minimum, this would add up to 18. So there's 1 degree of freedom. So one of these cells is a 4, There are 3 lots of 1 and 2 and 2 3s within those groups. Now, I don't know exactly how that's going to work. But look at this cell. This is in a 2-cell 5 cage. So's this. They both have to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that is going to use up the 1, 2, 3, and 4 cells in those boxes. I'm going to just dive in and colour them blue straight away. Blue for low. These 2 are going to be blue as well. They're definitely 1, 2, 3, or 4 being in 5 cages. And this is even better. Right, on this diagonal, we can actually fill in digits. We get 1s at the end and a 1, 2 pair in the middle. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 1 and 2 is 5. Those are the absolute minima. So let's remove 1 from the cells that these definite ones can see. Might as well colour those blue as well. Let's use a different colour. We'll go for green for the higher numbers that are 5 to 9. They're all complete for boxes 1 and 5. Those 2 also are blue because they add up to 5, and that's going to only involve 1, 2, 3, and 4. So row 2 is complete for blues. Only 4 blues in each row, column, and box. What else can we do? This diagonal. No, not really. I mean, it can't include a 5 because you couldn't get there with a 4. That's interesting. Maybe this puzzle is going to turn out to be about isolating 5s. That would be quite thematic, actually. Yeah, these 3-cell 19 areas. There's 1 there, there's a cage there, and a cage there. And all of those 3 things, I notice now, have a blue cell in them. Therefore, I don't think any of them can include a 5. They must all be 6, 7, 8, and 9. The other 2 bits must add up to 15. So, let's mark that. And let's use, in fact, a different colour for things that are definitely 6, 7, 8, and 9. Oh, hang on 1 second. Sorry, brief interruption there. But now, I was going to make these different colours. So let's go with orange for things that are definitely 6, 7, 8, or 9. And so green can include 5, and therefore there must be a 5 in one of those 2 cells. Is that may not be anything I can definitely use. Yes, these 3 have to be have to include 1 or 2 in every possibility on the 19 diagonal. Therefore, these 2 cells don't include 1 or 2, and if they're 3 or 4, the other counterpart cells are 1 or 2. So that, does that get anything done? Yes, that 1 is looking at that cell. Yes, that's a 2, so that's a 3. Aha! So the 4 is up in this group, and therefore to make the 19, we don't need any more 4s. We need 1, 2, 3 triples, and this becomes a 4. That's a really nice bit of organisation there. Right, now that 1 sees this cell. Look, there's only 1 place for 1 here now. It's got to be in the central cell. Now, 1 is going to be in one of those. We know it's not there because of the colouring. In fact, this can't be 2. This can't be 2 or 3. So this is a 1-4 pair at the top. I don't know if I can use that for anything yet. 1, 2, 4 there. 2, 3 pair in box 5. Yes, that looks like a 2, 3 pair. So this is where 1 goes in box 9. We get the 4 and the 1. We get a 2 in the top corner. Yeah, we can do all of that blue diagonal bit there. In fact, that's now become a 3. Almost all the blue cells are finished off. Just 2 of them left behind. The 2-3 pair. That's fantastic. I love how that works together. Most unexpected. Right. These two now definitely add up to 15, so they can still include a 6. Same for these two. 4 is quite an annoying total. Here, though, 2 in this one, so this has to be a 9-8 pair. And that doesn't give me, I mean, it's something, but it doesn't give me much other information. Now, what haven't I used? 2 of the 19 diagonals. This one is still very unfilled. This one's got a 2 and a 1 in it. But I don't know that it hasn't got small digits other than that. It's difficult. These other 3 cells obviously add up to 16. But how do they do that? Those are the only 2 little killer clues. Then I've got these 2 19 cages. Now, if I definitely knew that there were no blue cells, maybe yes, regular Sudoku. 2 and 2 there and 2 there. This becomes a 2. And that's blue. One of these is a 2. What about one of those is a 2? And it kind of peters out there. One of these 3 is a 2, but that's not very useful. Oh, look, that can't be 1 anymore. Sorry, just spotted that. So this is a 1, and therefore is blue. Yes, it's interesting. It's 3s I have almost the least information about. So 4 is in one of those 2 cells. Okay, but where's 3? So this cell sees 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to colour that green. Maybe there are others around that see each of 1, 2, 3, and 4. Or maybe there aren't. Oh, since 2's over there, yes, both of these 2 are green. But they're not on that 19 diagonal. Oh. I may be taking the wrong tack now. There is every possibility of that. I think I've got all the ones done. Right, these 3 add up to 17. Does it tell me anything? Oh, okay, they must include a blue, mustn't they? Because they can't. 5, 6, and 7 adds up to too many. Is that interesting? That there must be a blue amongst them. It's a 3 if it's there, or a 4 if it's there. If that's a 3, they add up to 14. If that's a 4, these 2 add up to 13. I don't know how to use that. It feels significant. Now this sees 1, 2, and 3 in the box, and 4, so that's green. This one only sees 1, 2, and 3. This one only sees 1, 2, and 4. So it's very much, wow, it's very much the same weird relationship here. If this is a 3, these 2 add up to 15. If this is a 4, these 2 add up to 14. And again, I just feel like I don't know quite what that means. This one sees both an 8 and a 9 because they have to be different. So it's 5, 6, or 7. But that just means that these add up to 12, 11, or 10. Yes, and my contention that there must be a blue, I mean, I suppose that works down here as well. That's what I was going to conclude. One of these is blue. One of these 2 is blue. Because, oh no, it's not true this time, because they could be 5, 6, and 7 with a 1. So not necessarily. Okay, but here, one of these is blue. Can I use the 19 diagonal? What's the minimum if it had... No, I don't think so. 19's too central a number in a way. I'm getting very confused about what I should be looking at. Twos. Is it to do with these twos? No, I don't think so. Fours. Either got a 4 there or a 3 there. If that's a 4, let's just go through this again. Then this is 8, 6, or 7. These two add up to 15. That's not telling me anything. Oh, I see. Actually, there's something I am learning. Those two add up to 15, so they're either a 6-9 pair or an 8-7 pair. This has to be from the other pair. So those 4 cells are all different. One of them's a 6-9 pair and one of them's an 8-7 pair. I don't know how to use that either. Oh, I do know a way to use it. That's really weird. They're all different. Let me just go through that logic again, because that's lovely. This is a 4. So if that was a 6-9 pair, this can't be a 6 or a 9. Since these two add up to 15 as well, they would be 8-7. The same applies the other way around. If that was an 8-7 pair, this would be 6-9, and so would this. So these 4 are all different. They all see this cell. So that is a weird naked single that sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That is where 5 goes. So I can make this one orange because it's 6, 7, 8, or 9. It in fact forms a pair that makes 15 with that one. It is the same as that colour. As that cell. I was just thinking about starting to colour them. And I mean, I get this 5 now, but does that really solve anything? Doesn't really, does it? Oh wait, what's this? Those two add up to 15. Those two add up to 15. That's the same as that. No, this only, that only sees 2 different cells. These two can't add up to 15. How about that as a thought? Because that would be 17, 18, 19. This one has to be at least 3. 3, 6, 7, 8, or 9. Now, if it's 6, 8, 9, these two would add up to 10, which is possible if this is a 3 or a 4 here. Of course, this doesn't have to be a big number at all, and probably isn't. I'm not going to fill in all the possibilities. That's a bit too anti-Simon for my tastes. But there is something going on, isn't there, in this group? I love that 5. That's so weird. Used the 19 diagonal. I've used the 5. Sort of used that 19 diagonal. I've used that 5. Haven't used this at all. Oops. But I just don't think there's that many constraints. Lots of these cells could be blue. Probably all of them. That wouldn't quite work. But, okay, let's have a look at this 19 again. Now, one of these is blue. We know that. 3 blue. So one of these is blue. And one of those is blue. That's 3 blue. So one of these is blue. And one of these two is blue. And again, I don't know. Am I meant to know what that is? I don't see how. I suppose 3, just by Sudoku, has to be in one of those 2 cells, and therefore on the 19 diagonal, but I can't think I'm getting any other relations like that. Doesn't stop this being a 2, does it? I don't see why. It's an intriguing puzzle. There's so many different bits of logic to use here. I really didn't think this was going to work this way at all. Normally when somebody creates something out of given numbers and given shapes, they can't control with such a degree of elegance what the logic in it is, but Glum Hippo's obviously found a way, which is very impressive. Right, these two are either 6-9 or 7-8. I don't know what that means. I mean, really, all I've got to go on are these two 19 diagonals. They're what the whole puzzle's about now. But they're so unconstrained. They're such averagey numbers. Those two are the same. Can I use that? That digit then appears in one of these two places, but it's just getting out of control after that. What's going on? Those two being different, and they both see this cell, so that's 5, 6, or 7 as well. They also both see that all of those three cells, but unfortunately they can be low as well as 5, 6, or 7. If that wasn't a 3, so there'd be a 4 here, 2, 6. These two would add up to 13. But I don't know. They could be a 6, 7 pair with a 5 there. But also this could be an 8 with a 5 there. So if there's a 4 there, there's definitely a 5 here. If there's a 3 here, these two add up to 14. No, that's not so clear cut. This is weird. This is an intriguing puzzle. And why is it so hard at this point? What on earth do we do here? 3s, maybe something to do with these 2 and 3s. It's got to be to do with this 19 diagonal. This seems the most powerful thing we've got going at all. If this can't be 5, I suppose it would be very useful to force it to be a 3. Maybe it would be better to force it not to be a 3, if that's a 3. If that's a 3, then we have a 4 here. Three in one of those two cells, and in one of those two. I just don't see where this is going as a 2, 6. This diagonal, there's nothing going on to help us with it. I mean, I see, okay, every cell can't be 1 or 2. Okay, so the absolute minimum it could be, okay, maybe that's interesting. The absolute minimum it could be is a 3-4 pair there, a 3-4 pair there, and a 4 here. Oh, that adds up to 18. Does it really? That's just intriguing, because I'm thinking of 19 as almost 4 times 5. So these numbers are so average that taking 1s or even 2s out doesn't make much difference. But suddenly, bam, it does. So these are from 3, 4, and 5. There's only 1 degree of freedom from the minimum. 3 and 4, 3 and 4, 14, and that has a minimum 4 because it sees 1, 2, and 3. So there's 1 degree of freedom. So there's definitely a 3 in one of those two cells. Well, we know where that goes. It goes here. It goes here specifically. And that is 4 or 5. That is 4 or 5. Well, this is 3, 4, or 5, but it sees 4 or 5, so that's where 3 goes there. And this is 4 or 5, so 2 of those are 4 and 1 is a 5. Now we know where the blue is here anyway. That is the blue. Those two can go green, actually. They can go orange because we've had the 5. So they are, in fact, they add up to 15 for what it's worth, because I know that pair does as well. Anyway, 5 here. These two add up to 14, so that can't be a 7. This is 8 or 9, which deals with 8 and 9 in that row. So here, these cells come from 4, 5, 6, and 7. In fact, that can't be 4. So the 4 in the row, honestly, what's going on with my buttons? 4 in the row goes there. Now, one of these twos are 4. Oh, this is blue. 3, 3. Yes, we can place 3 up here. It's in that cell. One of these two is a 3. Oh, that's beautiful. That's a weird X-wing. Oh, no, in fact, sorry, it's much more simple. That 3 has forced this not to be 3 in the corner. Watching you kiss her. Uh-oh. So we get a 3 in that corner. Watching you kiss her instead. Right over here. Right, these on the top line are now all orange for 6, 7, 8, or 9. Because we've had the 5 up there. Where does 2 go? 2 goes in this little 1-cell cage and there in row 3. So they can both go blue. And suddenly we're getting a lot more fullness on blue. Where does 4 go here? Still don't know. Oh yeah, we've still got all these 4s to work out. Right, but we've got 3, 1, 4 and 2 in the final column. Can we place... Yes, we can place 3 in column 8 now. That's nice. In fact, that was what I was describing as very clever earlier, and then I didn't follow through on it. Classic Mark. 4 in one of those 2 cells. That's not blue. 4 in one of those 2 cells. They're all not blue because we've got 1, 3, 4, 2 in that column. That's not a 2. Let's just remove that. Okay, well, we've got a lot more colouring done as long as I'm understanding my colour scheme, which is blue for 1, 2, 3, 4, orange for 6, 7, 8, or 9 definitely, and green for 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. Now those two add up to 14. Can I do anything with this 19 cage? Not really. Oh, yes, I can because I know it. No, I don't know it's got a blue cell. Ah, in this case it could be 5, 6, and 7. Or if it does have a blue cell, it's a 4 there. That would resolve everything about that 19 diagonal. Oh, I've forgotten this 19 diagonal. Oh, I don't know which to think about first. Let's think about this 19 diagonal. 2 and 1 is 3. Right, at a minimum, 4 and 6 there is 13. That gives us a 6. At a maximum, 9, 14, 15, 17 gives us a 2 here. So this is somewhere between 2 and 6. And it sees 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that is a 6. 6, 8, 9. These two add up to 10. They must be 6 and 4. That was the right thing to look at. Let's go blue for the 4. Now, that didn't take away the degree of freedom. So one of these is 4 and one of them is 5. Well, okay, I'm going to use that because they both see these cells, which are therefore green. They can't be... Oh, that's not true. Actually, this one is definitely not green because it's a 3. It's the last 3. There we go. But that one is not a 3, and it can't be a 4 because one of those is. Right. Anyway, sorry, stop footling around with that. One of these two is a 4. That's not a 6 anymore, so this isn't a 9. That is a 9 because of the 19 cage. So that's not a 9, that's not a 6. This is the 6. 6 in one of those 2 cells. Ah, 6 in one of these 2 with a 4. This is a 4-6 pair. So we know how the 4-5 is going to play out now. Yes. 4 there, 6 there, 5 there. So we can go blue there. 6 gets an automatic orange. 5 is green. That diagonal's been done. This diagonal, yeah, we've just done that now. So we've done all of the little killer clues. We've only got this left to resolve. Maybe that is not the important thing. Look, there's 7-8 pair down there, 5-9 here. This is 7 or 8 by the Sudoku of column 1. These two add to 14. That's not finished yet. Oh, yes it is, because that's a 5, looking up at that cell. There we go. 6 and 8. That makes that a 7. There we go. 8, 7. So a 5-9 pair to go in there. Let's call that green for now. 5, 6. One of those two is a 6. Don't know which one yet. Does that being a 5 stop this being 5, 6, 7? No, certainly not yet. Or not that I can see. Right, what about this central box? That can't be a 6, and that can't be a 6. In fact, this has become a 9. That makes that an 8 in the cage. 8, 4, 2, 3, 1, 6. So we've got 7 or 9 there. 5, 7 or 9 there. This one can go orange. It still doesn't look easy to finish off, interestingly. Oh, 2. There's the last 2. Should have filled that in a while ago. Probably doesn't do much else. Oh, but look at all the colours. 4 can't be there. That can't be 4. Yes, 4 is here. And that's blue. That gives us a 4 here that's blue as well. This is not blue, so we'll make it green. We've got all the blues in this row. So there is no 4 in this cage. That is absolutely vital. So the 4 goes here. That's blue. I'll come back to that cage in a moment. Now I can finish off the colouring, which I could have done in this box before. Right, so it's not completely finishing off the colouring. I've coloured the whole grid, but I'm still going to turn 6, 7, 8 and 9 into orange. But now look at this cage. No 4s possible in it, no 3s, 2s, only that 1. So the other 3 cells are 5, 6 and 7. We can fill in the 5 and a 6, 7 pair. That sorts out this as 8 and 7. We get a 9 here. That's become a 7. 5 there. So let's make some of these orange, because that's what I'm doing, and that one as well. 4, 3, so these are all orange too, because the 5 has gone. In fact, maybe I should just concentrate on, in fact, this is a naked single, 8, right. So 6 and 9 I can do up here. This is either 6 or 7 to go with that. So they can change colour to orange. Got 5, that's an 8, I believe now, by Sudoku, and we get a 5, 6 pair here to resolve, so the 8 can go orange. Surely this is done now, but oh yes, 8 goes in there, so that can go orange as well. Then we've got a 6, 7, 9 triple. That has to be 9. That's part of a 6, 7 triple. They're all orange. And this must be where 5 goes. Everything it sees can turn from green to orange. This must be where 5 goes in box 3. That's where 5 goes in box 6. And that can go orange as well. This is 5 and that's 5 in boxes 4 and 7. And that one goes orange along with that one. And I think that's all the colouring that I'm going to do done. We've got all the 5s placed. Surely we can finish off 9, 7, 9, 7 and 8 and 9. This has been a very, very clever puzzle. Very innocent looking. That's classic Glum. Oops. Classic Glum Hippo right there. 7, 6, 7, 6. And that being a 9, does that get us done? Click the tick with some trepidation. There we go. Brilliant puzzle. Really enjoyable to solve. Definitely wishing Real Shaggy, Christoph Seeliger, a very happy birthday yesterday. And my brother 3 days ago. Why not? Wish him another happy birthday too. And thank you all very much, as always, for watching. And I hope you got something out of that. And I'll be back with a puzzle that I've already recorded tomorrow. Bye for now.